Hi there. Today we will talk about the let's say the fundamentals of physics. That sounds a bit too broad of a topic, but the idea is that to give an overview of how physics in general treats different aspects of nature and how you study them, etc. Because you hear a lot of terms in physics like you have quantum physics, you have gravitational physics, you have electromagnetic physics. So how does it all tie together? So let's begin. So this is a term almost everyone is familiar with, and it basically encompasses the universe. Physics is a study of how, on a fundamental level, the universe operates. What are the basic building blocks of everything? And the way to look at it is you basically have two ways of studying things, or rather, let's say two branches of studying things. One is how things interact with each other, and second is how things behave when interacting with each other. These are the two fundamental questions that is out there. So basically, you can think of it this way. Imagine you have two objects. This is object one, and this is object two. These two objects communicate with each other via some means. And while communicating, these two objects respond to those communications. Typically, the way they communicate to each other is called study of forces and interactions. And the way they respond to the forces and interaction is called study of dynamics. Now, under the study of forces and interaction, typically we know there are four fundamental forces of nature. That's what we have found till now. Not sure that is true or not, but based on all the experiments, all the data that we have till now seen there are only four forces in nature. These forces are gravitational, or let's just call it gravity. Gravity, electromagnetic, weak, and strong. Now, typically in our daily life, these are the ones we see. And these are the ones which govern how nucleus of an atom behave or interact or operate. On the other hand, you have study of dynamics, which basically tells you under the effect of a force how an object moves. There you have classical mechanics or Newtonian mechanics. Then you have relativistic mechanics or special relativity. Or special relativity. And then you have quantum mechanics. These theories basically tell you under whatever force an object is being exposed to, how does an object move or behave? And these talk about what are the forces which can act on an object. And that's how you can think of breaking physics down. One is a study of interactions, and one is a study of behavior around the interactions. Now, there are other topics in physics as well. You have, for example, optics. It's something I work with on a very regular basis. This is study of light. Study of light. And light is basically a way of an electromagnetic interaction, an electromagnetic wave. So it basically is, you can say, a subset of electromagnetic study. Then you have fields like fluid mechanics. Then you have fields like solid state physics. Then plasma physics. These are study of forms of matter. Study of forms of matter. What does it mean? Is matter is nothing but a collection of atoms. These are studies of how different collections of atoms behave under different circumstances. For example, fluid mechanics is a study of gas and liquid. Gas and liquid. Solid is a study of solids. Plasma physics is a study of plasma. You also have ultra cold matter such as Bose-Einstein condensates and the study of those. So these basically study of different forms of matter. In algebra, you can think of as study of how atoms behave with each other. But so as you can see, these all are sources or parts of these two major building blocks. And from these building blocks, you can create this every other aspects of physics. Now, some of the few more fields of study that I can think of the top of my head, there are plenty out there. A lot of them are there, and every day we are discovering new problems and new questions and new answers, and each answer leads to more questions. So, for example, you have study of stars and how stars operate. That's part of astrophysics. Astrophysics is typically the study of gravity plus plasma plus nuclear plus spectroscopy sometimes, which is basically a study of how atoms emit light, etc. Then, for example, you take biophysics. It is study of how organic matter behave. So like this, on and on, there are plenty of different combinations and permutations of these two building blocks, which give rise to different studies of science and different studies of physics, different fields of physics. Now, one of the most famous ones, thanks to people like Stephen Hawking and etc., is string theory. String theory is a study of, you can say, how materials interact. You have these forces. It's like an addition of, it's a combination of these two. How quantum mechanics and certain other how quantum mechanics operates under gravity, or creating a more unified version of things. That's what string theory is. But but in the end, it's a study of what are the interactions out there and how things behave under interactions. So yeah, that's what so that's how you can break down physics: a study of interactions and a study of how things behave under interactions. Thank you for watching.